We're only 2 months away from the Kentucky Derby, and if there's one thing that fans here in Southern California think about the path to the Run for the Roses is that it's going to once again go through the barn of Bob Baffert. I want to take one more look back at what was her final race of her career, one of the most incredible races that I've personally ever attended. We're here with the one and only Debbie Capitas, who we really got to know by way of Winks. But Debbie, your family has been immersed in Sydney racing for generations, really. And no, top pick, and that says something because Pahudakawa, the second favorite, is maybe one of my favorite horses in Australia. She's very, very nice filly.
Today we farewell an Australian icon, the greatest of all time. Winks wins a third, Queen Elizabeth.
While Winks may be retired, with superstars like Enable and Pinatubo returning to the races, 2020 already looks the potential to be a blockbuster season of international racing. Stay tuned to TVG, America's home for horse racing, so you don't miss a single moment.
He's just perfect, and now he's just immortal! Justify is the 13th Triple Crown winner!
This is Justify, pounding down the home stretch and winning the Belmont Stakes and the famous Triple Crown. He was trained by one of the most recognizable faces in horse racing, Bob Baffert. Nearly 2 years to the day he unveiled Justify, Baffert debuted his latest star. He goes by the name of Charlatan.
A good-looking debut for Charlatan. Never asked for his best. Wins by 6.5.
Charlatan, like Triple Crown winner Justify, was a late starter, having not raced as a 2-year-old. But patience paid off as he won his first start with consummate ease, vaulting himself into the Kentucky Derby conversation in the process. Trainer Bob Baffert, who was away from the track watching the Harlem Globetrotters with his son during the race, was pleasantly surprised when the congratulatory texts flooded in following Charlatan's win.
I thought he would run well, but I really thought he would need it because he looks a little soft to me. I was with my son Bodie at the Harlem Globetrotters yesterday during the race. All of a sudden my phone started going off, and I saw this wow from everybody, but it's pretty exciting this time of year to have one like that.
Jockey Drayden Van Dyke, who has ridden several marquee Baffert runners this season, took a more reserved approach. With the daunting Kentucky Derby 1.25 mile distance still a hurdle Charlatan has not yet overcome.
It's hard to tell if he'll get 2 turns or not, which, I mean, Bob will sit down with his people and talk about it and talk with the rest of the help and make a game plan with it.
Baffert already has 5 Kentucky Derbies to his name, but he's excited to be Derby dreaming once again, with Charlatan leading a strong group of 3-year-olds in his barn. The season is kicking into high gear here at Santa Anita, but many a jockey, owner, and trainer have an eye looking over to Dubai. March 28th will be the Dubai World Cup night, the richest day of racing in the entire sport of horse racing, and we got recent updates on many of the contenders. We'll kick things off with the 2 exiting the Saudi Cup, first of which is Mucho Gusto for Bob Baffert, our Pegasus World Cup Invitational winner. He said he was pleased with his 4th place effort. He didn't want him to peak too soon, so he looks to be going well into the Dubai World Cup, where he will potentially be the favorite. Also heading over there for Team America is Tacitus. He was 5th in the Saudi Cup behind Mucho Gusto, and trainer Bill Mott said it was exactly what he wanted. For a horse coming off the long layoff, he thinks he'll be able to build upon that performance and potentially peak on Dubai World Cup night. Also heading that direction, a bit of a surprise war story coming over from New York, the war horse in his own right. He's 8 years old. He's earned over $3 million in his career, and connections were eager to take up the invitation when they received it to go over to Dubai. Trainer Elizabeth Dobles said he will be training over at Palm Meadows in the lead up, and on the 18th of March, he'll head over to Dubai. And maybe a bit outclassed, but a horse who always gives his A-plus effort. So it's big in the American racing season here as we head towards the Kentucky Derby, but the older horses are looking ahead to Dubai.